Hi guys, so in this video we're going to be looking at what is known as representative democracy. Last time we looked at direct democracy. So representative democracy is a political system where most decisions are made by elected representatives rather than the people themselves. It also implies that the people who are represented by individuals and associations who communicate their demands and interests to decision makers. So this is where you have a particular representative, hence why it's called representative democracy. So parliamentary democracy in the UK then, what we have in particular is parliamentary democracy. Parliament dominates the political system, and because representation occurs traditionally through Parliament, we have particular features of this parliamentary democracy. The first point is that Parliament is the source of all political authority. It's effectively not possible to exercise power without the sanction of Parliament. Even the Prime Minister, who enjoys many powers inherited from the monarchy, can only act if they are supported by Parliament. Secondly, the government of the UK has to be drawn from Parliament. Members must be members of either the House of Commons or the House of Lords. Government can therefore be made directly accountable to Parliament. Next part is that government makes itself constantly accountable to Parliament, submits all of its proposals to Parliament for approval. It also means that ministers must report regularly to Parliament on the progress of policies. Next, all citizens are represented by members of Parliament, otherwise known as MPs. This means that their views should be taken into account and their grievances, if justified, should be taken up by MPs for redress. Then we've got Parliament is normally the guardian of the government's electoral mandate. The governing party has a mandate to put its proposals into action based on the previous manifesto. Parliament has to ensure that the mandate is not abused, and if government seeks to step outside or beyond this mandate, it reserves the right to veto such government action. Next, Parliament is expected on a whole to represent the national interest. On occasion this might even involve the defeat of the government on a vote, though this is quite rare. In terms of representative democracy in Britain then, we know this by studying politics, that each MP that we have represents a particular constituency. This is also true of members of Scottish Parliament, the Welsh and Northern Ireland Assemblies as well. Also, both Houses of Parliament are to some extent expected to act as a representative cross-section of society. We'll see that on the next slide. But however, Parliament could be argued to not necessarily be representative of the entire UK. All mainstream parties in the UK claim that they represent the whole nation. The days when the Conservative Party only represented the middle class, Labour represented the working class, is arguably gone now, though that can still be debated. Also, as faith in political parties declines, pressure groups have been on the rise to try and represent some people who may not be represented by these political parties. Here we see on this next slide, this is taken from March 2012, we've got the House of Commons and the House of Lords, the different groups in society, the percentage that are in the House and the percentage in the whole population. So pause the video and analyse this, then question whether these houses are truly representative. So then, if we're comparing direct democracy and representative democracy, we can see that there are various advantages to both of those. So that's obviously what we want to be understanding here, the advantages of both. In the next video, we're going to be looking at the democratic deficit and also democratic renewal.